Welcome to Dr. Balaga's God Knowledge Doc podcast, your quick dive into the latest medical breakthroughs to keep you ahead of the curve. Let's get started. Today is July 3rd, 2025. This video is on a Nature Cell Biology review article on overview of contemporary theories of aging. It was published online on 1st July 2025. The clock inside us. Why do we age? It is an unavoidable march towards entropy, or are we dancing to a biological script we barely understand? In this episode, we journey through 17 theories of aging, some old, some cutting edge, to unravel the mystery behind wrinkles, memory lapses, and time's invisible fingerprints. What exactly is aging? Aging is a progressive deterioration in physiological function, leading to increased vulnerability, reduced resilience, and higher mortality risk across virtually every organ. Is there a single cause of aging? No, aging is multifactorial. Theories suggest a mix of error-based damage like DNA mutations and programmatic processes like persistent development signals gone rogue. What are error-based theories of aging? These propose that molecular damage accumulates over time. Think DNA mutations, oxidative stress, protein misfolding, telomere shortening, leading to system failure. And what about programmatic theories? These argue that aging is an extension of developmental programs like growth hormone signaling that continue into adulthood and eventually become harmful. Worn down by time, the error-based theories. First is the wear and tear theory, the oldest metaphor in the book. Like machines, our bodies just wear out. The idea, repeated use and exposure to external stress leads to cumulative damage. But this analogy crumbles when we consider cellular turnover and repair. Second theory is the DNA damage theory. Errors in DNA replication and repair accumulate with time. Mutations build up and impairing cell function. This is one of the most empirically supported theories, yet causality remains elusive. Thirdly, the free radical theory, a 1950s favorite. Reactive oxygen species or free radicals damage macromolecules over time. Antioxidants were once the heroes, while trials in mice told a murkier tale. The fourth theory is the telomere theory. Each cell division shortens telomeres, the protective ends of chromosomes, like a ticking clock. When they become too short, the cell stops dividing. But does shortening drive aging, or is it a manifestation or a symptom? Cellular engines and molecular mayhem. The mitochondrial theory. Mitochondria generate energy, but also lose electrons that can cause damage. Over time, mitochondrial DNA suffers and the cells struggle to meet energy demands. This theory links closely to neurodegeneration. The next theory is the protein damage theory. Misfolded or aggregated proteins like tau in Alzheimer's are hallmark signs of aging. Proteostasis, the body's protein quality control, declines with age. The next theory is epigenetic drift. Aging leaves its signature on our epigenome. Methylation patterns change, and with them gene expression. Whether drift is the cause or consequence remains a hot debate. The next theory is the error catastrophe theory. Imagine a vicious cycle. An error in transcription leads to faulty proteins, which cause more errors, a biological death spiral. Orgel's idea hasn't held up empirically, but it seeded future thinking. The next theory is the information loss theory, inspired by Shannon's information theory. Biological instructions degrade over time. Think of it as a cellular game of telephone where the noise corrupts the signal. Cells gone astray, cellular level theories, dysdifferentiation hypothesis. As we age, cells may lose their specialized roles. Neurons forget their neurons. This disorganization could underlie tissue dysfunction. The 11th theory is the cellular senescence theory. Cells stop dividing but don't die. Instead, they secrete inflammatory factors and disrupt their neighbors. A survival mechanism turned saboteur. The next theory is the stem cell exhaustion theory. Tissues rely on stem cells for renewal. With age, stem cells decline in number and efficacy, compromising repair and regeneration. The next theory is the immunologic theory. The immune system weakens and inflammation rises, a state dubbed inflammaging, linked to frailty, heart disease, and poor infection response. The 14th theory is energy reserve hypothesis. What if we are born with limited biological battery? The idea posits a finite reserve of cellular energy and depletes over time. Elegant yet unproven. The rate of living theory is the next theory. Faster metabolism, shorter life. Once popular, it's now debunked by findings that high metabolism mice can live longer. Biology, as always, defies simplicity. The 16th theory is the neuroendocrine theory. Hormonal signals, especially those tied to reproduction, may regulate aging, seen in how manipulating IGF-1 and growth hormone alters lifespan in animals. The 17th theory is the hyperfunction theory, a modern update. Aging results from developmental programs that never switch off. The body grows, matures, and keeps going until it breaks itself. A tapestry, not a thread. So which theory is correct? Maybe all of them or none. Aging is like a mosaic of errors, programs, and environmental feedback. But one thing is clear. Understanding these theories could unlock the ways not just to add years to life, but life to years. The way ahead is to explore the science of epigenetic clocks and whether they can predict how fast your body is really aging. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with your colleagues. When we change how we see disease, we change how we shape lives. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep seeking wisdom. Podcast brought to you by Master MedFacts at mastermedfacts.com.